And if you were going to write a storyline, if I said that's the storyline prior to the start of the game, Al, what would you have told me?
All I know is that at the end of the game, I should have said, "Do you believe in Mayfield?" I mean, it was when we heard about it on Tuesday. We're going, "Well, there's no way." And then Sean McVay was telling us in the meeting that there's a possibility, and he got to town on Tuesday night at 9:00. It's a schlep between LAX and where the Rams train out in the Thousand Oaks area. He got to the facility at about 9:00, met with the coaches, put him up at a hotel that night, came back to the facility, worked out. On Wednesday, practiced with the team, introduced himself to the guys. And then Sean said that, hey, we'll see. There's a chance that at least we'll suit him up. And the Rams had, they had John Wolford, who had played pretty well against Seattle the week before. And they started him last night, and I had a chance to talk to Sean actually last night after the game. And he said he wanted Wolford in there to see what kind of defense Vegas was going to play. He also wanted to see what the crowd would sound like because, crazily enough, more than half the fans were probably Raider fans last night. And then he saw it, and they went 3 and out, and he said, well, why not? Let's bring him in, and he kept him in the whole game. But, no, Dan, there's no way we could have envisioned this, and, of course, there's absolutely no way you can see a 98-yard drive with a minute and a half and no timeouts. And I was listening to Sean Salisbury on the show, a little while ago, and it's true. I mean, at a certain point, you're reacting. And, I mean, it's almost like you're out on the street, and you're going, hey, listen, you run down to the fire hydrant and make a left, and I'll hit you. And that last drive was sensational and obviously helped a lot by that personal foul penalty on Jerry Tillery.
But did you guys have access to Baker Mayfield prior to the game?
We did. Yeah, he was out of practice on Wednesday. And then last night, Kirk and I had a nice chance to visit with him on the field for about 10 minutes. And what struck me, I mean, he was up and he was ready and he was optimistic and, he thought it could be a good night for him. He also had a wristband, and I think we showed it at one point on the telecast. I don't know how you read it without a microscope. I don't. And I think it was the type was so small. I mean, there's agatype, and then there's mini agatype. And I'm looking at this thing going, I mean, and I said on the air, I said, even Ted Williams would have had, who was, of course, heralded, among other things, for having the best eyesight in the world, would have trouble reading it. But it was amazing. He got in there. He felt confident. I mean, can you imagine if he had the full complement of guys with him? An offensive line that, obviously has been in disarray, had a few penalties last night. And what if he had Cooper Kupp? But he didn't have any of those guys, and yet he found Van Jefferson. He found Skoranek. They were able to do enough on the ground, and it was one of those amazing nights. It was one of those things where, I said before the game, I said this could be you can't make this up night. Not thinking it would be, and then it turned out to be.